Hello, Rachel.
Hello, Imogen. How very nice to see you here.
I'm so excited because you are running for deputy lead. And never in my life have I ever been excited about politics until now. And I genuinely, I'm so happy. There's just very, very little to be excited about in people who run in politics. And I know you, and I know how great you are. And you've been consistently great my whole life that I've known you, or the life that I have known you, which has been at least 20 years.
20 years. It's a long time.
It's a long time. And you've been consistently impressive. So, I'm genuinely happy. I never looked to the Green Party before. It always felt far away, but this feels worth fighting for. And so, I'm going to help you. I'm going to get my friends to help you. It's just... Yeah, it's deeply inspiring, and it makes me want to run for Minister of Culture when you are in power.
Excellent. When I'm Prime Minister, I'll be dialing you in.
Exactly. I will be there.
Fabulous. Thank you. And I just sort of thought it was worth telling people why we know each other, because I didn't know you. I mean, we're sort of friends now, but I didn't know you before I worked with you, as it were. And I think I just emailed you out the blue because I was running the Bird's Eye View Film Festival with amazing women creative vision, and I asked you if you would create a new live score to an old silent film. And you said yes, which was a result. We were very excited. I remember in the office.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. She not only replied.
The main reason I said yes, well, there's two main reasons, I think, because it was close to my house. So that was one of the main reasons. And I figured I could probably largely get away with improvising most of it. Because...
You were allowed to do that.
Yeah, I like improvising, and I said if I could do it on the piano, which you wanted, and I'd obviously seen this crazy film of this woman putting all these crazy faces with her dial, her face, and I loved it. So thank you for that. And then the second one was even more great. That was we got the Holst Singers, who are a great group of singers, choir, and run by Hugh Grant and the conductor. And I wrote this piece, this a cappella piece.
Hugh Grant, not Hugh Grant. It would have been funny if it was Hugh Grant.
Did I say Hugh Grant? Oh, I meant Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, but it was Hugh Grant.
Yes, and it was a challenging piece, but we performed it a couple of times, and I absolutely loved it. So thank you for that. Thank you for pushing the boundaries, as always. And here you are again, pushing more boundaries. Yes, and I want to encourage you to go far.
That was great. I love that. The a cappella choir singing to this surrealist film was blinking great. It was so good. And you scored that one properly. It was full on. But we did it at the Queen Elizababeth Hall at South Bank Centre, and then we did it again at the Roundhouse, didn't we? Mm-hmm. As part of a different festival.
Yes.
Very cool.
I think we sang it at the Gateshead as well. We sang it at the in Gateshead at the, what's it called?
Yes, we did, at the Sage Centre in Gateshead.
That's right,
up in Newcastle.
Yeah.
And at Latitude Festival.
Oh, that's right.
We did that.
Yeah, that was mad.
Yeah, we
did.
Cool, didn't we? That was cool.
So you're running for lead, which is deputy lead. Deputy. And I am genuinely excited. I've never really looked to the Green Party before, but I feel in a good way, there's so much room for manoeuvre because there aren't that many Green Party people in Parliament, are there?
It's not stuff.
There's not a lot.
Politics,
not quite as many enough representatives as you need, and so there's lots of room. And I feel like I've got the bee under my bonnet now, bee in my bonnet, or wherever it is, somewhere for sure. And it wants to go and get in touch with all my musician friends. In fact, one of them I already spoke to in Ipswich, and he was like, "Oh no, actually, the Green Party already reached out to me." So I'm like, "Oh right, okay, so you're going to do Ipswich." I feel like it's just like crazier things can happen, you know. I mean, look who's in power.
Crazy.
Look who's in power in the States.
It's all up for grabs now, isn't it? It's all up for grabs now. Like the old system's crumbling. Yeah. Establishment politics. We've got this kind of weird rise of reform. It's like it's up for grabs. Let's do it. Let's make it work for everyone.
Yeah, I love it.
If there was something you wanted to say to us about how you think we could really ignite something, like what would your dream be? What do you want to see the Green Party do as someone who's like such an influencer, an innovator in the creative industries? Because you're not just an artist, but you think a lot about how the industry works and about how all the different parts of it come together, and you do a lot of work in the sector.
Well, I think that the biggest shift that we'll ever see in our lifetime is what's happening right now in AI, and there's a lot of people very afraid. I am developing bits and bobs, identity for people, identity for IP, to create a kind of latticed structure for services to be able to build on these kind of core elements. And I got recently excited about the fact that the government are going to bring out a digital ID. And I wondered about how they could take it even further. Imagine if your government ID also had like your skill set, it had your passions, it had your interests, so that a future governance could be not just like who you're going to vote for once every 4 years or what you're going to say about this kind of local election, but actually it was much more micro voting. So you were kind of pinging me questions about things that I actually knew about. So what do I think about creatives and creative work and IP in AI? What do I think about that? What do I think about live venues? What do I think about, carnets? I don't know. Like, what do I think about stuff? I've got lots to say. And it's the people that end up making these decisions are often the people who profit where we don't, because they're the ones who have the lawyers, they're the ones who have the time, the labels. I'm talking about the collection societies. They're the ones who go, they're not the people who it really affects. They run a business, which is not our individual lives.
Yeah, ultimately with technology, we're talking about actually a handful of people having more wealth than the rest of the world put together because of that technology, rather than that technology serving more involvement from all of us, which it could. Like I say, it's a great vision.
Yeah, it's a real chance that if the Green Party got behind building a technology that could underpin our democracy, how to reach out into the communities and really take on opinion and create policy based on the knowledge, local knowledge and national knowledge, to be able to drive things forward, to not have to rely upon, the top, the boys, patting each other on the back, but actually keeping the Green Party quite thin in a way, but just really reaching into the people, finding a way technologically to bring them into the conversation at a much more manageable level, so that we're not just like presented with something every 4 years, but or like local elections, but actually real. Every single time something comes up that somebody could help with, that is a thing. You could build something that is truly revolutionary for democracy. In Taiwan, they use something called POLIS, and it is a policy kind of what's it called? Choice thing. I can't remember what it's called. A poll. It's a poll. And people have their government IDs, and they basically choose micro voting things, and that's how they move things forward. And I just think that's possible now. Why aren't we doing it?
That's really amazing, brilliant to kind of tap into your vision there, Imogen. So thank you, and thanks for your support. I was thinking, I guess.
What about the name as well?
Which name?
The name, the Green Party. I think people just assume because of the name, because we don't read the news. We don't read. There's so much noise. It's something like a big rebrand. I don't know what it would be. I don't know what you call yourself, Green Plus or Green something. I have no idea. But Green Go. There you go, the Go Party. Green Go, off we go. Just something that signifies we're not just about that. We're also about this, and check out this really amazing thing that we're doing that nobody's even talking about.
That is our challenge. That you've basically nailed it. Like, our challenge is, and we're talking about it all the time internally and around these leadership elections, is how do we get beyond the box that's how this is just about. Because if you just talk about the environment, it feels like a luxury thing. Like, that's after you've fed your kids and you've kind of found their heads juggling the work and the this and that and all the different care responsibilities, and then you can think about what you might do for the environment for most people. And so it seems like, but it's not that. It's about improving people's quality of life on the daily, ordinary working people of all kinds. And you're right, you can't do that unless we have a healthy planet, because we're utterly interdependent with nature. But we need to speak to everybody about what their immediate needs are now and be clear that we have got solutions to that stuff. It's not, that's not an add-on.
It's like chicken and egg, isn't it? It's like everything is fully integrated. Everything is an organism. The planet is an organism, and we are part of the organism. And if we can fix our bit, and whichever order it comes, it is all one thing. And there is no need for people to be hungry. There's no need for people to not have shelter. There's no need for it. Every single person on this planet should have shelter, food, water, health, comfort, safety. It is entirely possible, as we know.
It can if we share it. If we distribute things much more equally.
100%.
And, you know, that's all it is.
Yeah.
I was going to say the other way we know each other is as mums.
Yes, we do. Because your children, you beat me to it, and that was very inspiring as well to see like successful creative women also then have children. I was like, all right. And your kids are great, and my one child loves your kids, and you actually live quite close to my mum, which is very nice. So I get to see you a bit more often.
We love having you when you come, and we love your child too. Thanks, Imogen. I think we've covered loads, but yeah, it's just really great to talk to somebody who's, you know, out of our... You get caught in the internal conversations and our little niche thing, but this is for everybody, and the whole what we're doing only makes sense if it reaches beyond the holes and like connects in a much bigger way, because it's just true, isn't it? We like everything you said, it's just true. There's enough to go around. We need people who actually know stuff about the topics making those decisions because they work in it. You know, they actually have the expertise.
Exactly.
You look like communities properly involved. We need to look after the planet because we're all interdependent.
Yeah.
As we are with each other.
100%. Yeah.
Lovely to chat, and I massively appreciate your support.
Of course. Yeah. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.